Check, check, check. One, two. Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty then. What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Monday. It's time for our Monday night. There we go. I was just waiting to go live or get the official sign from YouTube. What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Welcome back to our Monday night online mic presented by the Barbed Open Mic series here in El Paso, Texas. That's right. We're live and alive in the 915. My name is Rich. I'll be your MC and host tonight, and this is our cozy little corner of the internet where we gather and share poetry, cover poems, original poems, music, covers, all of that. What's going on, everyone? If you're here in the live chat already, see a couple live viewers. Let us know you're here. Say hello in the chat, and of course, many know this auspicious day as Star Wars Day. Personally, I like to refer to it as Dave Brubeck Day. If you know, you know. All right. Juice box, what's going on? Sometimes it's funny when I'm like, okay, I might know who that is, but your username tells me I don't know. I can't tell. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We have a pretty chill lineup today. So if you guys have anything that you'd like to share, we encourage you to join us, hang out, and you can hang out in the live chat, leave little comments there. But if you do feel like you have something you want to share yourself, there's always a link to sign up in the description of the YouTube video. That is, of course, while we are live. Otherwise, if you're tuning in later on during the week, that's our future, your present. Then leave a comment. Any kind of engagement with the video pushes it out to more people, and that's kind of one of the goals. Of course, performers, I'm always going to encourage you guys to share your websites, Linktree, social media, places where we can purchase your books or just kind of see what's going on in your artistic journey. We got Ed Gonzalez in the chat too, not only in the chat but in the Zoom room because he'll be reading as well. So just really quick, like I said, we're based out of El Paso, Texas. We've been doing this online mic every single Monday since April of 2020. We just recently celebrated 6 years of doing this. Insane. That's intense. Somehow we're still here, but we're here because you guys are here, really, and you guys need a space, want a space, and it's nice to kind of start off a Monday this way. But of course, if you are in the El Paso area and you want to see us in person and check out some of our in-person venues, we usually have 2 to 3, almost sometimes 4 or 5 events a week. Poetry Month was also pretty intense. But this week, you can catch us, as always, Tuesday night downtown at San Antonio Street, where we have Mona, Brunette, and Rosewood as our venues. This week we'll be at Rosewood. I'm still trying to figure out who's going to be the host for that one. We're training new people, so we're just trying to communicate who's doing what, trying to train new job, get new hosts into the mix and everything. But with that one, that is going to be our Verse and Harmony open mic, the one that is for music and poetry. So it's a little bit more chill, a little bit more loungy. Sign up starts at 8 p.m. Show starts after 9 p.m. Come through and hang out with us downtown El Paso. Wednesday, we have Storycraft, hosted by Fernando Montejano, aka the King Grizz. Sign up for that, or you can start signing up at 6:30. The first drawing is at 7. This is kind of a lottery style type of situation where if your name is drawn, you get up to 15 minutes to share a longer piece of prose, of storytelling. What that is up to you. It could be a longer prose poem. It could be fiction, nonfiction, a screenplay. There are a lot of options how you can approach that. But, you get a little bit of longer stage time than most of our other venues, followed by 15 minutes of feedback and Q&A from the audience. Crown of Crows is a pretty cool, unique spot in downtown El Paso on Myrtle and Ochoa. Really nice owner. He always really takes care of us. So hopefully you guys can check that out. I know that we can use some butts in the seats, as they say. It's always nice to maybe let the owners know that there's a community behind us. Sometimes it's a little empty, more than we'd like. It's an earlier show, but again, for all our storytellers out there, please come through, hang out with us on Wednesday for Storycraft. And wait, is there something else? I already forgot. Oh my God. It's May. Did you know it's May? We have lots of stuff going on as always, guys. But if I forget, and if you forget, a really great way to keep track is to follow us on our website, BWOMS.com. We do have a calendar, including a Google Calendar that you can subscribe to and have the calendar just saved on your phone. You don't have to have it on there the whole time. You can hide it. You can whenever you want to see what's going on, you can show it. But yeah, hope to see you guys at any of our events. Of course, we're online as always on a Monday. So this is usually the part of the show where I talk the most. Lastly, I just want to say thanks to everyone who participated in any of our Poetry Month events, online, in person, and especially the Substack. Some of you guys were almost at every 30 for 30. Like Wall Poet was there a lot. Ed Gonzalez was there a lot. We had Soren Blues who read in person on Thursday. I missed them. Right, so we had a lot of people participating on that, and big thanks to Lee Martinez Soto for taking charge and really helping me with that project. It's something that we actually kind of want to keep doing. So this is just announcing it right now. We're actually going to try these monthly writing prompts that all throughout the month, the first day or the beginning of each month, we're going to have a prompt of some sort and encourage submissions all throughout the month. And then with the committee of hosts, we're going to choose like our favorite to showcase at the end of the month. So so maybe a little friendlier type of competition, type of showcase. And you can find all of that on our Substack, bwoms.substack.com. All right, so there you go. Those are all the announcements. Follow us on social media. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start this online mic, and we are going to go ahead and kick things off in Denver. We've been missing him a little while, right? But we have Michael Sindler calling in to share a quick piece. So, Mike, glad you're here with us. When you are ready, go ahead and take the mic. Mike on the mic.
Yeah, thanks, Richie. I was having trouble unmuting there, not surprisingly. Uh, can't tell you how good it is just to even be able to be here right now. I'm just going to do one of my older ones. I'm having trouble pulling out the right version of it here. It's one of those days. It should be coming up there. Hold on. Sorry, folks. Come on. Man, it doesn't. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh man. Why don't let somebody else go first, and then I'll make
Okay.
sure I have this because yeah, I don't want to mess all y'all up.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. That was a good test run. I mean, that's something we've done so many times before. Oh, my cat just got here too. He is headbutting my legs because he wants food. All right, what's up, Rocket? Okay, I can't show him to you right now, but okay, hold on, Rocket. All right, then in that case, while Mike gets prepared and ready, we're gonna go to El Paso, and I did name drop him already at the beginning of the show. It's Ed Gonzalez, a Jedi. So Ed, when you are ready, get you here on the spotlight. Good to see you. Happy Monday. When you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Thank you, BWOMS, because you all make Mondays great. I also wanted to mention the t-shirts. They come in different colors, and you can get them probably on the website. I guess I haven't been on there yet, but you can, if not, the link tree. I'm gonna go ahead and get started as soon as I double check. Okay, I got a mix of some of the stuff that I submitted for 30 for 30, and some tumble words. I got a pretty good mixture of things because I had everything set up, and of course, one of the piles of books had fell over and knocked over all my papers, so they're all I was just pulling everything out of a pile. Here we go. Anyway, happy 4th. Maybe the 4th be with you. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with one I wrote today. entitled The Fourth Be With Y'all. The franchise will be observed from whatever perspective you choose, whether you are an Empire person or a Rebellion person like myself. It is about the human condition, including Jar Jar. With some focus, you can achieve anything, even if it's called something evil. As long as it's done well, it's still greatness. But definitely opens the door for the hero to defeat them. But with that being said, may the fourth be with y'all. All right. And this one I wrote the other day as a part of one of my Tumblewords, entitled Healing Day. This is a holiday that is applied as needed, as these days it is needed a great deal. And as for now, it's tripled. That it is not even the damage we inflict upon ourselves, but there's no one in the universe than damaging ourselves better than us. It's time to heal. It is the apex of wisdom. We need to make time for ourselves, even if it's just a few cleansing breaths. You can schedule time in the morning or before bed, a few minutes. Even better if you can make a day of it. Walking, contemplation, yoga, and or whatever lights your creative fire. We all need some time for this in this corrosive world. It's time for a healing holiday. And let's see, this one I believe was from um, the last Tumblewords. And I entitled it Husks. I heard we being spirits pushing this husk around. It is a very interesting quote for our situation. I can see how my husk is attached to my ego, which has allowed me to focus on my attending to my spirit and leave this government of the spiked strip of fear from messing with my chi. I choose to bolster my energy for myself and everyone I come in contact with, or choose to the contemplative life. Maybe it's the whole diminished ego and growing longer in the tooth to tend to my spirit, self-care. You must put your oxygen mask on first before you can help others with theirs. All right, and this one is from, I think, the Tumblewords before, but it was just a funny thing. This was actually a funny story that happened to me. I entitled it, Hi, Dad. I just exited the shower and was combing my hair, and as I checked my messages, I saw that I missed a call from my daughter. I called her back. She was telling me about her day. Just then, I saw a familiar expression on my face. It was my dad's expression. I paused and said, Hi, Dad. She said, What did you say? And I was laughing and replied, I'll tell you later. The expression reminded me of one time we were making chicken enchiladas, his specialty, and we were laughing and laughing. And I thought it was interesting that I was speaking to my daughter at that time. So, and I got two short covers, and then I will move aside. This one is entitled Meditation on Hunger by the great Cheryl Luna. One poet sings within another poet cries. Childlike, they paint with the other sway of warm colors. Hunger for being heard, their words riveted unnoticed. They speak more smog than substance. Nobody's listening, everyone's clamoring for their own. Desiring awards and laughing and applause, their poems lay unread, so they hunger. Further into the music of loss, until they begin to ripen on the ground, so sweet below everything they desire. The great Cheryl Luna. And then my last one was a funny one too. I was going to read more lyrics from the professor, but I decided to give it a break. This one I'm entitled The Toy Eater Lyrics by Shel Silverstein. You don't have to pick up your toys, okay? You can leave them right where they are on the floor. So tonight, when the terrible toy-eating Tukey comes tiptoeing through the crack in the door, he'll crunch your soldiers. He'll munch on your trucks. He'll chew your poor puppets to shreds. He'll swallow your big wheel and slurp your paints. And he'll bite off your dear dollies' heads. And then he'll wipe off his lips with the sails of your ship. And making a burpity noise, he'll slither away and say, "Hey, that's okay. You don't have to pick up your toys." I thought that was funny. Anyway, that's all I got for this Monday. I just want to say, well, if you have any interest in any of some of the things, I've put some of the 30 for 30s on my Substack, Ed K. Gonzalez at Ed K. Gonzalez Jedi at Substack.com. And always remember to take time for yourself, even if it's just a few centering breaths. Self-care. You are valued. Peace and love.
All right, beautifully said, Ed. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna have to just go do a screen grab of that last speech, and just listen to it every morning when I wake up. Make it part of my mantra, part of my meditation. Thank you, Ed. Okay, shout out to Cheryl Luna, by the way, much beloved. Got lots of love here in the chat as well. So. I hear she's doing some great writing a lot, and that's exciting. Looking forward to what she's got in the works. But we're going to go ahead and check in with Mike. Were you able to find that piece?
I found something else.
All right, perfect. So let me get you here
I
pinned.
couldn't get that to come up, but yeah, actually, Ed, I also just wanted to say thanks for reading that piece by Cheryl. She's actually one of my favorite contemporary poets, period. I love her work so much. But now you got to put up with me. Please, for the love of God, say this works. Okay. This one is a little interesting, as I was saying before we got on air, because of stuff going on. I've been talking to a lot of my oldest and dearest friends, and a lot of them are in this poem. So it's called Blues for Olympia. Just one more shotgun shack on the riverside of the mill village. Have to jump the train to get across Olympia Avenue. It's okay when it's going slow. Feral cats in every front yard, moving in a pack at dinner time. Nancy's on the front porch eating cornflakes on the couch, laughing as the lightning bugs arrive. Shade tree mechanic wannabe has a carburetor disassembled on a blanket in the driveway. Squirrel hides a ripe pecan in a valve. That car will be on bricks for a while. The band is playing something strictly acoustic in the backyard, song mixing with fire pit smoke, twanging blues and tangy barbecue. Tim went off to get more ice for the keg. Chameleon frozen on peeling gray wall can't match the paint, but tries its best. Pat's hands are stained from tie-dyeing t-shirts and a sheet and a blue sundress. Better job changing color than the lizard. There's no getting rid of palmetto bugs, just an attempt to reach a detente of sorts. They'll be here after the last human bites it, and I think the fuckers know full well they're winning. They snort boric acid off the table like Scarface. Second floor bedroom, hot as Hades without AC, even minus sex. The bed is soaked with sweat. Box van fell out the window, landed on a pup. Poor mutt ran all the way to the quarry, yelping. Little yellow hounds make a pitiful sound. Shane said he saw a rattler in the woods near the riverbank when he went fishing. His mama's glad he didn't try to bring it home. Says his curiosity is a prayer and a prison, and he best keep the good sense key close at hand. Steve crashed into time and crumbled in a flash. Joe's brain rolled smoking off the tracks. Tony and Tom cracked open and went rotten. Those that still could crawled or limped or ran. No one got out without scars that tell the tale. Okay, thank y'all.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Sorry, I got lost in my Zoom there. Thanks for making it. I'm glad you were able to do so and sharing that piece. All love, Mike. Yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sending all of us still hearts in the chat. Send them send the Mike's way. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let me take a look at the list here. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go to South Euclid, Ohio, where we have Doc Janning up next. So, Doc, when you are ready, stage is yours. Hey.
Good evening, all. I have 4 for you tonight. This first one is titled The Sound of Time. The sound of time echoes through the multiverse, reverberates in tones and frequencies of arcane energies. An ever-changing sound, the sound and song of life and its search for itself. But what is life? What is its meaning, its purpose? I ask, why? And the echo says, because. Language of light. Looking into a pool of stars, seeing patterns and shapes of the past through the wonder of today. Each star a place and time, a unique moment, an illumination, a memory, a dream, and a reality, all dancing the dance of time. And from them flows an age-old knowledge, a knowledge expressed in the language of light. And somewhere in my memory, the phoenix wakes. This is the poem I'm handing out at random as a pocket poem for this month. Its title is Nature's Promise. April showers bring May flowers, so it is sung in old songs and new poems. Bright blossoms all about, a chiaroscuro of color from nature's palette, fragrance on the breeze, the surge of life, a proclamation of the future. Nature's promise of generations to come, to enlighten and teach of harmony and balance among all living things. The promise of flowers. And the local forest has already hung that on their wall. And finally, this is titled Pharos. And for those who may not know, Pharos was the name of a lighthouse in ancient Egypt. It was during the period of the Roman occupation, and then it fell. They're not sure whether it was an earthquake or a tidal wave, what have you, but it's long gone. You are an isle of light, a wonder in a sea of dark, a sea upon which I have stravaged, lost, alone, empty, seeking a guiding light, a destination, home, seeking you, and you are my Pharos, my safe harbor, home. Thank you.
All
And
right.
for things that are going on in my life, just in the past 2 days, I've been asked to, number one, be interviewed on a college station for a program called Jewish Radio Cleveland. And then I was also asked to read for an event called hashtag End Jewish Hate Day. So I'm busy this month. I have at least 6 public appearances.
That's great. Fulfilling your duties there, huh?
Yeah, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
All right. Great job. Great job. Thank you, Doc, as always. And if people want to find you again, it's just Doc Janning on Facebook, yeah?
Correct.
All righty then. Perfect. Well, great job. Good luck with those events. And, we wish for more of those, not just all around the world, So all you people watching, get some more poetry events going. Okay. So we're going to keep this thing moving along with some poetry dash a cappella song. We're going to go to Greenfield, Massachusetts, where Storm is going to share some stuff with us. So, Storm, when you're ready, here's the spotlight.
Okay. Alrighty. So, the piece I put together, in part, I'm thinking about Pete Seeger, whose birthday was yesterday, although I don't actually have a piece by him in it. But he would relate to the poems I chose and the song I chose, I think. And this poem is by Adrian Mitchell. It's called To All in the So-Called Defense Industry. Arms trades workers, here's an early warning. You will wake up tomorrow morning and find that this is the glorious day when all your jobs will just melt away, because the people of the world are going to make sure there'll be no more war. So now's the time to switch your occupation from dealing in death and desolation. Don't hang around now, you've been told the international murder trade's about to fold. You won't have to maim, you won't have to kill. You can use your brain and use your skill. Peace needs workers of all kinds. Make artificial limbs instead of land mines. Tricycles instead of tridents. Violins instead of violence. Lifeboats, hospitals, medicine drains, food and toys and bus and trains. Come on, there's plenty of work to be done if we're going to make peace for everyone. Adrian Mitchell. And since it's a British poem, defense is spelled D-E-F-E-N-C-E. To all in the so-called defense industry. Okay. When? It might be today, it might be tomorrow. No time for fear, no time for sorrow. When the wind blows as it may, you will know that now's the day. The time has come you've waited for, to step aside, look back no more. Terrorism. Two women converse in another language as rapidly as machine gun fire. It is easy to suspect the foreigner, yet it may be the blue-eyed blonde who bears the bomb because of some imagined slight or secret religious conversion. It is not escalating colors or squeaky-taped warnings that truly signal heightened danger, but the fact that looking at another's face, it has become more acceptable to see a stranger than it may be ever again to find your friend. Could be. He could be your paper boy. He could be a clown. He could be someone you know who's just been beaten down. She could be an old girlfriend. She could be a nurse. She could be a high school queen, laid low by some curse. And the shadows flicker in the night, and you hear their creaking loads. You hear their, You hear their shuffling feet as they search through trash to make some cash or pause for something to eat. She could be your neighbor. He could be. Boy, let me try one more time with this. I was trying to get something up on my screen that's not coming up. So let me quickly do that, and then I'll get back to this poem. I think that's going to be the way to do it. I'm not doing well with multitasking tonight, but this is part of what I'm doing, so I need to have it up. Okay, there we go. Okay, could be. He could be your paper boy. He could be a clown. He could be someone you knew who's just been beaten down. She could be an old girlfriend. She could be a nurse. She could be a high school queen laying low by some curse. And the shadows flicker in the night, and you hear their shuffling feet as they search through trash to make some cash or pause for something to eat. He could be your neighbor, he could be a friend, he could be a haughty man come to a humble end. She could be a painted lady, she could be a maid, she could be a jilted lover headed towards her grave. And the whispers echo in the night, and you hear their creaking loads as they search the skies to feed their eyes or sigh for someone to hold. He could be her father, she could be my mum. This could be the future, your daughter or your son. And the whispers echo and the shadows flicker as another morning dawns. Way of the Lodge. When a friend of the family, whom we called Aunt Scotty, though she was no relation, entered the Masons' retirement home. She found she'd lost her individuality, her family. She could not even give an oil painting to her son because that was money for the lodge. When my grandmother died, we were too naive to think of not advertising the time and date of her funeral. The thieves took the color TV and the silver, but gave up on the living room couch when it wouldn't fit easily through the front door. We're still not sure if the people who broke into the house my mother was selling had staked out their take earlier during the tag sale. Even here in Amherst, a group of people meet religiously to plan for the disaster that will come, causing the cities to be fled, to store away those items they think will be most in demand, those which will bring the highest profit. Still, I dare to leave doors open and walk alone. Soon enough I'll learn the rituals of locks and adapt myself to the ways of the lodge. You've got to go, T-Rump. You've got to go. One thing is certain. You've got to go. Con men and monsters, gather around you. You've got to go, T-Rump. Yes, you've got to go. Since all your ways lead to destruction, since all your strange threats contribute to panic, since we are uniting and turning the tide, you've got to go, T-Rump. Yes, you've got to go. Since you hate and oppress so many people, black liberals, brave soldiers, Somalis and gays, since your tariffs affect our food and our clothing, you've got to go, T-Rump. Yes, you've got to go. So we're protesting your prisons. We're stopping your goons. We're beating your lawyers. Most of the time, we've got great plans that don't include you. You've got to go, T-Rump. Yes, you've got to go. And as for the others, curry your favors, who while lining their pockets spew volume and hatred, who protect the Trump Epstein files and deny. They've got to go, Trump. Yes, they've got to go. When we're sending you to prison along with your children, and all of your monuments fall to the ground. When your name's removed from buildings and money, we'll be thrilled when you go to Europe, thrilled when you go. Where are the eggs that you said would be cheaper? Where is the world with no forever war? We're sick of your lies, your greed, and your grifting. You've got to go, T-Rump. Yes, you've got to go. Boom.
All right. Thank you, Storm. And really quick, you got your online
Yep.
groups, right? Okay.
People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle is both online and in the physical, and that's important because at the end of May, there will be an in-physical gathering from that Friday night through the Sunday afternoon. We've got 320 plus members, been around for over 47 years, and check us out at peoplesmusic.org. Part of that event will also be online, so even if you can't come to the East Coast and go to the physical event, you can be part of it by signing up online. And the other thing is Daily Antidote of Song. We've been going for 2,210 plus days straight, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. A person comes from somewhere in the world, sings one or two songs, and gets interviewed. Incredible community has developed around it. Check us out online, the Daily Antidote of Song. It's a Zoom. And I'll put more in the chat.
Alrighty then, sounds good. Hit me with the antidote. What is that, a song? Okay, that works. Cool. All right, Storm, everyone.
And I forgot to say the
Yeah.
song that I sang I wrote, but it's based on a song by Woody Guthrie called I'd Like to Know.
There you go. Now we all know. All right. Thank you, Storm. And let's see, we got a list brewing. It looks like we got our peeps here in the room. That's perfect. And so we're going to come back to El Paso for our next performer, our next reader. Got to see them in person last Thursday at Old Sheepdog, and always great to hear you read. I snuck out, I believe, as you were finishing your set. But we have Robin Schofield up next on the mic. Hi, Robin. Cool fit, as always.
Hey, Richie. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday, or whatever day it is in the future. May is Mental Health Month. I saw my shrink today. It all turned out pretty well. And I wanted to read some poems about and having to do with mental health. So this is from the Schumann's Joint Diary, February 17th, 1854. The Schumanns actually kept this diary that they both wrote in, and they both read what they wrote. Imagine that, So I read a three-part biography of the Schumanns, and I got like 3 poems. Pretty good. I have been awakened by our 8 children, but none of their nightmares were like Robert's. He's up with a start, shaking me awake as though I weren't already, screaming that devils and hyenas are grabbing him, or else he's given over to the angels' language, making music out of the host. My voice, my gift of translation, how much lies in his tones, and so fully do I understand his every thought, that I could lose myself in him and his music. Above the piano keys my hands hover, white spiders over a sun-streaked pond. I am ready, I tell him. I inhale slowly as I read the score fresh from the injured fingers he holds close to his chest. So, Clara Schumann was really a rock star of her time. She went on tour. She was a singer and a piano player. She went on tour and stuff like that. And gave birth to 8 children in between all that, supporting Robert and such. So this one is about Van Gogh. I was looking specifically at a painting called The Harvest. So it's an ekphrastic poem. And Van Gogh is widely thought to have been, well, by some psychologists and psychiatrists, and from his letters and paintings, he's thought to have maybe been bipolar. Other people speculate like maybe he had a disease of the ear or something like that, but there's a pretty good written evidence. So this is called The Work. Work of a year, haystack, with a ladder beyond the fence, the scythe, the plow, the cart with one big wheel, farmers among the grapevines who recall the price of wheat, while you write your brother Theo to beg money to buy brushes and paint, hire models, for you had to keep on with the work, though you would not live to see harvest, your irises reaped, nor the drooping sunflowers. You had no money nor charms for the models. On a hill of yellow grasses you painted faraway barns and silos, distant mountain, the near fence, turquoise sky. Thick paint for an insistent light. With darkness within you, did you hope to escape it in Arles? You could not contain it. Even in the mines where you preached, the poorest miners didn't like the way you did it. Yet you felt their darkness as if it were your own. Not like Gauguin with his crooked nose and absinthe and stockbroker's career in pieces. He ran away from your darkness all the way to the light of Tahiti. Dr. Gachet, melancholy art lover, treated you for 2 years in Auvers, seeing your paintings, your darkness, crying so much at your funeral that he could not speak. And this one is called Emotional Weather Report. What kind of blue mood blew over me so that I threw out all my pink clothes? How I regret it this morning when I need to wear my pink silk shirt. My mother's favorite color was pink. Though it fit me perfectly, I refused to wear her wedding gown studded with, you guessed it, pink rosettes. I wore Aunt Mary's dress instead, gold silk sewn with pearls. My mother put pink carpet in my old blue and green room, obliterating traces of me. I received a small box in the mail of some of my stuff. My brother's room was kept as it was, kind of a shrine. My sister redecorated hers. Only I was exiled with mahogany furniture and the pink carpet. One night when I was a teenager, I arrived home late one night after curfew near dawn to find my favorite blue sweater set, cut to pieces with hangnail scissors, my mother's handiwork, her only type. One year I gave away all my woolens and anything with pleats. How I shivered the next winter. Okay, so that was autobiographical, and as Annie likes to say, true story. Okay, and this is by a mentally ill poet, pretty well documented again through his poetry and letters, and the fact that he was often depressed and ended up committing suicide. Or did he drink himself to death? He was in the same school of poets with Theodore Roethke and John Berryman, that school. Anyway, this is by James Wright. He was a lovely poet. The Jewel. There is this cave in the air behind my body that nobody is going to touch. A cloister, a silence, closing around a blossom of fire. When I stand upright in the wind, my bones turn to dark emeralds. All right. And one thing I'm doing this week is I'm going to be on a podcast. I don't know when it's going to air yet, but pretty soon I'm going to record it and I'll let you guys know next Monday. I hope it's I get plenty of notice on it, but it's going to be on Annie's Adventures in El Paso. She's a local influencer, and I'm going to talk about gardening. So tune in if you get a chance. Back to you, Richie.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love Annie. She's such a huge supporter of so many things, but definitely BWOMS. I think I've been on her show like twice. But it's cool because she usually brings in like other groups or people and it's like a conversation. Annie's Adventures on YouTube. Go check her out for sure. Okay. Thank you, Robin. And we're going to go ahead and go to the Louisiana area where we have Sam Hardy up next. And Sam, always with some interesting, cool little cartoons there. I'm trying to figure that one out that you have right now. But Sam, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
This specific cartoon is from my 4th issue of my Sam the Poet Zine. And the girl is Nilifer, the woman I love. And that's me. And we're having tea. And she's disgusted at just how many sugars I have in that glass.
There, I see it. Okay.
So, yeah, that's what that one's about. Okay, anyway, I'm going to do things a little different because I'm going to do my cover poem first. I read this poem when I was in elementary school, so I might have been 8 years old. And I read it over the loudspeaker for all the kids. I think that's when I really thought out how much I'd love poetry. But it's by Marva Seaton. I know it by heart. I think it's nice to be polite, to say good morning and good night. Thank you, sir, or if you please. There are no nicer words than these, unless perhaps there is hello or sorry I stepped on your toe. So that's my cover poem. And a couple of years ago, back in 2024, I submitted a poem to a magazine called Trigger Warning. I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but they wrote me the day before yesterday and told me they wanted to print it in their next issue. So I'm going to read it. It's the only poem I have ever written that could be considered a sex poem. So it's called Stick. I miss our sex. So fast, crazy, energetic, lazy. We do it in the bed, sure, but also on the desk, the couch, the dryer, in motion with paddles, scarves, and all kinds of lotion. But now you're gone, and I gotta know. You gotta wait. But now you're gone, and I know you gotta miss it. Just come back and tell Mama where you want me to kiss it. I mean, really, are we done? Not even one last lick? Let's throw ourselves up against the counter and see if we stick. So that was my only ever sex poem I've ever written. And I'm only reading this one last poem because it's kind of long. I wouldn't call it a poem. I used to go to this group and it was called Flow State. And I would go to this group and we would meditate for 10 minutes with this like candle thing that was burning, this incense of this bong thing. And we would watch that and we would, close our eyes and breathe and stuff. And then we would do a stream of consciousness. So what I did tonight is I just took my mouse wheel and I spun it, and whichever stream of consciousness I landed on is the one I'm going to read. So this is a stream of consciousness, flow state, 10/17/24. I close my eyes and you're here. Your smile is contagious. I can't stop smiling back. You have that knack of making me blush as well. I never blush this much unless you're near. Heck, you made me blush in person, on video chat, and a few times in our texting. You have a power over me that is undeniable. Now, all alone in my room, thinking of your smile, thinking of your perfect lips, thinking of your brown eyes, shining like stars, pulling me in. I feel weak inside, but also happy because I know in the only way you love me. You loved me. When we rode the ferry, when we fed the seagulls simmets from the man selling them at the cart by the water. You loved me when we sat in the sidewalk cafe and drank beers and laughed. And you told me to tell my American friends that your people weren't different than they are. We saw punk rockers, emo types walk by and preppy rich kid types with their $200 tennis shoes. And we saw the woman in all black skirts wearing hijabs on to honor their customs too. You laughed and said you respect it, but it wasn't for you. I said good because your hair is too beautiful to hide. Those raven locks with just a little curl on the end from where you twirl it. I could spend 100 years watching you tuck your hair behind your ear or watch you shake your head to get your hair out of your face. My typing stops. I take a brief second to envision you in my mind. Eyes closed, I smell your perfume, the bottle you gave me before I got on the plane. Everything looks like you. Everything smells like you. It definitely helps. I feel you close to me in this moment. This 20 minutes of almost non-stop writing, of babbling with my quick typing fingers and imagination of you and only you. 10 months until I land in Istanbul again. 10 months until I see that smile. 10 months before we walk hand in hand in the park again, before I taste your mother's dolma and drink chai from the little cafe. Every cell in my body wants to see that smile, hear that laugh, listen to your English saying, congratulations, like you love to practice saying. We'll name each part of your body in English. You'll stumble, as always, on the word me. We'll all laugh because, yes, those beautiful children will be there too. My soul and everything I am loves them. And if I hadn't said it lately, I adore you. You're my best friend, my champion, my words of encouragement when I need them. I will never let the 6,000 miles defeat us. Never. That was written to the woman I love. Her name is Nilüfer. That's it. Hope I didn't bore you too much.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Appreciate that, and of course, we'll forward any links. Anything else you want to promote, plug before we move on?
No, I'll put all my information in the chat. Thanks, though.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. I was slightly distracted trying to catch up on the live chat there, but thank you. Okay, we are going to. Why is it that Kid is always almost up after something happens in the live chat? All right, Kid, when you're ready, Mr. Monday Night, take it away.
Thank you, Richie. Yes, as so often happens, I've had to put my moderating hat on real briefly. So just a real quick question for Alex 5 Andro. Who raised you? Why do you walk around in the world like this? You're an animal. Get the hell out of here. Anyway. One for me, then gonna do a cover, and it's pretty long, so pretty involved, so want to be save some time for that. But first, an old one. I am changing all of my drafted memoirs back into poems because too many of you know my business. I want the ritual of public confession, but I don't want you to know what I did. I am much more comfortable answering what does this mean than what happened next. I want this poem to rise from the ground like a monolith, not between us, but beside us, and for us to circle around it, inspecting for the flaws that I have mistaken for nuance and character. Okay. And the Pulitzers were announced today. So, congratulations to everyone who won a Pulitzer. The Pulitzer for Poetry was given to Juliana Spar, poet, critic, and editor from Chillicothe, Ohio. So, want to do something commemorative, you know. Want to, not broadly familiar with her work, but I like what I've been reading when I was trying to pick one. Like I said, this is a bit long, and this is an excerpt. So this is from Will There Be Singing by Juliana Spar. By the end of the year, I was used to things I hadn't seen before, like a series of street brawls between Fa and Antifa that often absurdly tumbled into the Berkeley all-organic, full-of-strollers farmers market. Used to hearing about friends' emails caught up in various FOIAs. Used to the social media posts about how someone somewhere was getting a gun and planned to show up where we worked. I should add that the DMs and the ats were rarely realized. The gun never arrived, and if the threat was made good on, it was just that moment when someone called up my boss and she hung up on them, confused. If there was anything new about this moment, it was that there was no making sense of what was left, and right in the way that I had previously understood it, which was as a convention. The DMs came in from all different directions. One day an anonymous white nationalist, the next a well-known comrade angry in love, and wanting to take it out on someone proximate. And then perhaps a blog post from someone who had been perfectly nice when last seen at a poetry reading, but now was very upset about something I had implied. It was hard to decipher who was hating what on what day. By the time the state was burning from both ends, and one end was called paradise, we didn't bother with the metaphor. Instead, we just looked out the window, noticed the smoke, shut the window, stayed indoors and kept on typing. Later we joked, now we know what we will be doing when the world burns. We will be shutting the windows and catching up on our email. Finally. I'm concerned about these other things. Or that is what I thought when they said they were worried I was losing my relationship to poetry. It was still summer, still mid-afternoon. There was a nice breeze. We had half a day of this beauty before us, and we knew it. Unhurried. Pleasure. We drank a beer that was fresh on the tongue in a new way, light, almost carbonated. They said they were concerned about me and my relationship to poetry. In the afternoon sun, as the breeze blew softly, I first protested to them, not about poetry, but about poets. Their nationalism, their acquiescence, but also their Facebook and Twitter accounts. Their brags and their minor attacks, their politics, their prizes and their publications, their Democratic Party affiliations. So I said to them, I'm not concerned about my relationship to poetry, which regularly felt to me like that moment when you open up your app and there are a bunch of mentions and you haven't posted anything a while, and all you can do is say, today is so fuck my life, and start to work through them. This is not the same as the oh no way of the Berkeley Farmers Market brawl, not the state burning and burning again, but still. How to write an epiphanic possibility in this sociality. I had written for so long about being together, about how we were together, like it or not. I had used a metaphor of breath and of space. I had embraced the epiphanic. Not just at the end of the poem, as was the lyric convention, but sometimes I even made the whole poem epiphanic. And that I couldn't do anymore. Lately, there wasn't any singing that I could hear. Just attempts. Dark times. Nothing about this terrible moment was new, though. It has always been a terrible moment. And there have always been poets too. And always poets writing the terrible nation into existence. This is one reason I will never get a tramp stamp that says poetry is my boyfriend. I thought for a while there were two sorts of poets. Poets who write the terrible nation into existence, and poets screwing around doing something else. For years I was on team poets screwing around doing something else. For years I had used poetry to slip away, elude the hold of the family, the couple form, the policing of tradition, to pry open time into an endless stretch of possibility. In that room where we try to pry open possibility. When I first heard the avant-garde, I heard it as an opening. A door, a window, maybe a garage door. A hole in the wall I could shimmy through. I heard it as an opening. All sorts of openings. I could make the hole. Or my pink crowbar could. I would be writing, and I would fall into the singing, that whoosh, the singing whoosh, and because at first I saw myself as someone who wanted an opening in the tradition, I split this whoosh up all the time. I fragmented it into words, or took away its dialectics. Another friend, a poet, who no longer talks to me, once gave me the image of the pink crowbar as a way of thinking about writing. Losing her was a loss all around. But to compensate for that loss, I often think about pulling something open. Although I'm fairly convinced she would grab the pink crowbar out of my hand if she saw me wielding it. For years there was that perfect moment after the reading where we had to leave the bar because the couples were coming to buy their cocktails. We couldn't figure out where to go. Maybe it was Friday or Saturday night, and all the bars were full of people who were not talking about poetry. So we kept walking, looking in each bar, and each one wrong. Eventually the streets opened up, and we were at the bridge, and there was a river, and we walked across the open space to it and climbed down its sides and sat there. We had bought some beers and a small glass flask of whiskey from a bodega. We carried the cans and the flask in a brown bags as a convention. But we did not need this convention. If there was law, the law drove by and would stop. Other things were night, maybe moon, water, rats. Sometimes drugs were involved. We walked through Wall Street at 3 a.m. and we rattled the locked doors of all the buildings, laughing at their absurdity because we knew where it was at, and it was rattling the doors. During these days, I would wake up and my head would hurt, and then I would realize that in my dream I had said to myself that I should write some poetry. But my dreams never explained to me why, or how to sing in these dark times. It is true that I have been with poetry for a long time, since I was a teenager. Those loves of many years and our bodies changing together, and yet also the deepening of this love, despite that day with the breeze in the bar, and we said together, there needs to be some pleasure in the world. And next, poetry is what is left of life, and we pledged more singing. And we referenced by saying, in the dark times, will there also be singing? Yes, there will also be singing about the dark times. At night, I thought if I just read all of Brecht, I would maybe find the singing. So I began to read Brecht that night in bed with my son while he too read before he went to sleep. There was a new edition. It was hard to hold because it was so big. I rested it on a pillow, and I rested my head on a pillow, and I turned the pages looking for the singing. I couldn't find the singing. After I started reading Brecht, I began sorting through my books. I had too many. As I pulled them off the shelves, blew off the dust, I asked myself, would I need it if there was a revolution? It turned out that I thought I would for sure need 5 translations of the Odyssey and all the books of Susan Howe. I kept all the plant books too. The comfort of the Jepson Manual of Vascular Plants of California. It's an open question if the revolution will still need poetry, its tradition, and its resistance to that tradition. but it will for sure need the vascular plants of California. It's always been a terrible moment. But now I understand it as even more terrible. The nation is for sure not my boyfriend, but the land it claims, though I don't claim it. I hold my love for this land on my underside, in a small pocket that eventually bursts to release my love spores. I mean, it is not a casual love. It is, though, a difficult one. Threatened, invaded. A friend is dying, as the Scotch broom is putting out its nitrogen-fixing roots. But our friendship died years before. The seed pods open explosively. Another friend has cancer and lasts for 80 years. And yet another friend, now in the world in some new way. But they are hard and survive rough transport through water. And mainly it was all the information. Fleshy and full of proteins in a way that interests ants. We suddenly knew about everything. As the ants carry the seeds back to their nest, creating dense infestations, a mixture of hell, a metaphor of resilience. The Scotch broom has so many tricks, grows in patches, and has scattered individuals with a total cover of about 15% and 35%, respectively, as does the tree of heaven. There is no space too polluted for it. It absorbs sulfur dioxide in its leaves. It can withstand cement dust and fumes from coal tar operations, as well as resist ozone exposure relatively well. Even mercury. It grows fast, and even faster in California. And once it starts, it shows up everywhere. Impossible to destroy. Loves the fires. Everything. Never ending. Everything yet to come. And yet the world and the leaves continue to exist. Yellow veins, flowers, large compound leaves, arranged alternately on the stem. 11 to 33 leaflets, occasionally up to 41, 1 to 3 teeth on each side, close to the base. Everything. Small, yellow-green to reddish. Flowers. Everything. Panicles up to 30 centimeters long. Everything. Okay, once again, newly minted Pulitzer Prize winner, Juliana Spar. That was from Will There Be Singing? Apologies for the length. Thank you all very much. Goodness, how long was it? Oh. Well, we had a light list, so I could afford to do that. But yeah, you can catch me at Tumblewords, where I run a writing workshop, help you get something off the ground. I'll be doing sort of I'll be going through our Substack and just picking the 3 best prompts. Maybe they're mine, maybe they're someone else's, and we'll just do sort of a best of retrospective on May the 9th. Just something to help lighten the load. And then Bill Sparks will have the traditional Memorial Day set up for May the 16th. Take actual Memorial Day weekend off. Be back for the 30th with hopefully fresh and home Michael Sindler. Love you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And let's see. And the next Writers' Night will be May the 13th at Proof and Press. And then May the 28th will be the Old Sheepdog mic, where you know how we get down. That's right. Okay, so once again, thank you, and we'll kick it back to Richie.
All right, thank you, Kit. Awesome, man. All right. Yes. Name we haven't missed him in a while. It's been a little while. We got Discovia back in the spot, the place to be. So when you're ready, man, go ahead and take the stage. Hey, man.
Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And appreciate you for having me tonight, Richie. I appreciate all of you for being here. It's great to be back. Welcome back, Matt. Welcome back. So, keep this short and sweet. I got this new piece I've been working on for today, actually. It's untitled. Still working on it and all once again. Just gonna see if I still got it with this one. Have some hope. Pray for peace. As above, so below. I ain't worried about none of that dramas. Tell anyone you know the sky's the limit. So why I should be bent backwards if a fool believes I deserve to be beneath? Ha, nigga, please tell me something I do not know. I'm currently learning and planting the seeds. I prayed and applied for my own death indeed. But what's that going to do for my son with those promises that I vowed my soul to keep? Biting my tongue, gritting my teeth, damned by my own destruction if I allow the evil within to wither away until I'm weak. I'm trying to control myself, but everything's burning and screaming inside. I'm tired of letting so much go. I've been letting so much slide. Breast and particles. All abusers of children should die. You try to put one up on me, then you can easily lose that life. You're living a lie. I'm not Superman, but your boy got power and he stays fly. Ha, honey, where's my super suit? Shut this down. Ice cold. Fuck a nice cell. I don't see how the government sleeps at night. I might go psycho. None of us are mad enough about this. Otherwise, there would be more of us in this fight. You want me to believe that children remains aren't in Happy Meals? Yeah, right. I might go Black Savage Super Saiyan. You ain't my kid. I got no time for playing. You play around and find out I key blast your ass and send you on a permanent vacation, still in my progression, on my spiritual journey, and I'm still reaching my destination. I'm a shadow of myself, curse my soul. I'm part of God's light, so I know no part of me is truly forsaken. This is some scary shh. I'm not talking Freddy versus Jason. Where is God now? The world is hurt, but will the chosen ones rise up to finally save it? Who knows? And that's my first piece. Once again, it's untitled. Still finding the flow in that. Thank you guys. Thank you all for listening to me on that. Gonna close out. You know what? I can't get enough of this piece. I'm gonna go with two if I may, y'all. We're only human and live by love. We're only human. At the end of the day, we're all human, armed with advantages and disadvantages all in hand. So give it all that you got. Do the most while you can. Continue to develop and expand because it's your legacy that's on demand. The truth will guide you miraculously while you're moving forward. Do good and help others. Glide out of things. If it never works out, just try it over again. You don't have to pretend you're outstanding, no matter where you fit in. Manage your time for health because it holds more importance over wealth. Glad that you're alive today because your life is saving someone else. Understand there's more in this world other than yourself. I don't believe the repeating issues that challenge your intelligence makes you stupid. So do not be fooled by these illusions. There are certain dreams that are part of a mastermind's blueprints. Problems in everyday's episodes of my life are becoming a reoccurring nuisance. But if you ask me, we're all armed with solutions and there's more to gain from it all. Remember, everything you value in mere minutes, you could just lose it. Do what you can. After all, you're only human. And on that note, I can just say, if you live by love, it'll definitely take you places, yo. I live by promises. My mission is to unite tranquility with our destiny. And I'm looking back at the times where the past collided occasionally with my present and mistakes paralyzed my continuation momentarily. And I looked at my future more as a curse than a blessing. When the truth is, my presence, your presence, and unconditional love is more rewarding than any material gift on earth. My time will be used to construct, heal, and protect. I'm going to fill my scrapbook with endless memories instead of living a life as an endless mystery, as endless, full of misery. Excuse me. My home is wherever your heart lives, loves, and reaches in. And I'll make the best out of every day, living by love. Thank you guys. Thank you all for having me. If you enjoy what you heard, please feel free to find me on platforms. Facebook is Matthew Descovia, MattheW. DESCOVIA. And for Instagram, it's DESCOVIA Sorry, I kind of lagging from lack of sleep there. And YouTube, you can just type Matthew Discovia and all my stuff come out. You'll be able to find my profile from there. Once again, thank you all for being here. Keep expressing yourself, being creative. Share your art, share your story by all means. I'm telling you, like, even though it just seems like it's just, I guess it's just a little bit of a release. That release is meaningful to others. That release is giving somebody out there a more profound meaning to do more of the right thing. And you guys are just beautiful. You're truly beautifying the world with your art and your heart. Thank you for that. Good night, guys. Y'all be safe. Discovia's out.
All right, thank you, Discovia. I had to apologize. I missed some of your set. I had to step away for an emergency, but that's the beautiful thing about YouTube is it's gonna be there, so I can go watch the replay. And if you guys didn't know, we have videos on demand or VODs available pretty much immediately as soon as the live stream is over, and you can go back and catch hundreds of episodes pretty much, and they're all time-stamped by Kit. So that's a very great help there. So if you want to go and find individual performances or individual poets or performers, we're going to go ahead and keep moving along. In fact, we're going to go to Frankfurt, Germany, where it's very, very early, and we are very, very grateful always to hear his smooth voice and music. We have Luis Gamberos up next on the mic. So Luis, when you're ready, I'll go ahead and shut up and let you be the star. I'll get you on the spotlight here. Hey, man.
You don't need to shut up. Hey, Richie.
Just kidding.
Hey, guys. I'm gonna sing two new ones. And planets are only possession is the ownership. And of time she savors it all. Infinitely on her taste buds and swallows thin slices of us at a time, so as to not startle our truths that we stand by. And the laws of physics that cling to the place in art and hearts where God longs to be. The things that you lose, I never miss. Sheets the tombs of the long dead behind. Our years she takes so as not to startle our truths that we stand by. She is on her way to becoming an all galaxy. She is on her way so as to not startle our truths that we stand by. And it's messed that one up. All right. And it's a 7 of 2 roll. Soon you'll get 'em on the next one. Before you go walking off and march to say it was your brother at ours. What do you tell their loved ones in a church full of flowers that sprung in May? And
thank you. My name's Luis Camberos. You know, say hey, Rich. Thanks for hosting, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Yeah, man. Definitely. And I hope you have a great day. Rest of your day. As always, love the songs. Instagram Cam Kablam Wham. I got confused with that one. Yeah, Cam Kablam Wham. But also you can find some of his music on Spotify, on SoundCloud. So we'll find those links. But to keep this thing going, we're gonna come back to the states and might as well just make it be the capital. So we're gonna go to Washington D.C. We got some jokes and poems from Mr. Ed Poetastic. So Ed, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Muted. Sorry about that. Thank you, my bro. Like no other words like thunder. Hey, hello everyone. Hope everyone's ready for some fun and in the mood of the sun. Great, the fun is yet to begun. My name is Ed Potasso, feeling fantastic. Please time you could join my rhyme, Faco Sublime. I got 20 wonderful Star Wars jokes and 3 poems. I hope everyone has the time. You ready, kid?
Jokes about the Star Wars.
May the 4th be with you.
And with your spirit.
Yeah. What was Lando's nickname before he became a skilled pilot?
Was Lando Calrissian's nickname before he became a skilled pilot? Well, there's a dark corner this joke would turn, but I won't go down it. What was his nickname?
Too late. Crash dough.
Crashed.
Why does Princess Leia keep her hair tied up in buns?
They're quite stylish, though. Why does Princess Leia keep her hair tied up in buns?
So it doesn't hang so low.
Ah, I see. Have you seen Spaceballs where it turns out she's wearing headphones?
Oh, we were not the making a sequel. I can't wait.
The search for more money.
The search for more money. It's a trap. What was Admiral Akbar's favorite type of music?
It was Admiral Akbar. That's the fish guy, for those of you not in the know. What was his favorite type of music?
Trap.
Trap.
There we go. The force is strong with you, with everyone else in this room.
You can't resist beats of that magnitude.
These are not the beats you're looking for. All right. What do you call a rebel princess who only shops at Whole Foods?
Oh, I don't know. What do you call a rebel princess who only shops at Whole Foods?
Leia Organic.
Oh boy.
I got more. What do you call an eel that loves the new Star Wars trilogy?
What do you call an eel that loves the new Star Wars movies?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you call him?
A more Ray eel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can feel it in your Death Star.
That's right.
Where did Luke get his cybernetic hand?
You know, I hadn't given much thought to this. Where did Luke get his cybernetic hand?
The second-hand store.
I see.
I think people don't know that Luke has a cybernetic hand. You know, he always
because it gets
lightsaber
chopped
right?
off at the end of Empire. So he comes back. He's got a little. Yeah.
What does Princess Leia shop for Father's Day?
Oh. Oh, that must be difficult. What does Princess Leia shop for on Father's Day?
At the Darth Mall.
God damn it.
If no
Son
one...
of a bitch.
If anyone doesn't know, Darth Maul is a Sith Lord. He's spiky all over his head. I'm sorry.
Don't
People
worry
like
about
what? But I'm sorry. What? Why couldn't Luke find love?
it. Oh, I don't know. Why couldn't Luke find love?
He was looking in Alderaan places. Alderaan? I know medium-sized heads is having a kick over this. What do you call two Han Solos singing together?
I don't know. What do you call two Han Solos singing together?
Han duet.
Ah.
What did the dentist say to Luke Skywalker?
I think I know. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Use the floss, Luke.
Oh, that was close. May the floss be with you.
Oh man, you actually have it. Oh man.
That was a good one. What did Leia's adopted parents say when she used to sleepwalk as a child?
Oh, difficult time for any family. What did Leia's parents say to her when she sleepwalked?
Uh-oh, it's the rise of Skywalker. What Star Wars character sells hot dogs?
I don't know. What Star Wars character sells hot dogs?
Admiral Snack Bar.
Got all the fixings.
How does Darth Vader like his toast?
Seems important to know. How does Darth Vader like his toast?
On the dark side.
Ah.
What did Darth Vader say when he walked into a vegetarian restaurant?
I don't know. What did Darth Vader say when he walked into a vegetarian restaurant?
I find your lack of steak disturbing.
Man, it's on the sign. Where are you going in there causing trouble for?
What was Tarkin's favorite brand of toilet paper?
What was Admiral Tarkin's favorite brand of toilet paper?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What was it?
Charmin to the last. There's a good one. What does your Canadian friend cook dinner for you have in common with the Empire from Star Wars?
This is my Canadian friend cooking dinner for me have in common with the Emperor from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and say it. I just got it.
Yeah, you did. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Palpatine. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. How did Darth Vader cheat at poker?
I don't know. How did Darth Vader cheat at poker?
He kept altering the game.
Oh.
Why was Darth Vader bad at sports?
I mean, he's pretty good at pod racing, but, you know, guess that lead. Why was Darth Vader bad at sports?
He always choked up.
Good grief.
How did Darth Vader know what Luke was getting for his birthday?
I don't know. How did he know? How did he know what Luke was getting for his birthday?
He felt his presence. Did you know R2D2 loves to curse?
I did not know that. R2D2 likes to curse, huh?
Mm-hmm. They have to bleep out all his words.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
And last but not least, is BB hungry?
I don't know. Is BB hungry?
No, BB ate.
Good for him.
All right. Thank you so much, Kit. You are a smashing hit. I got more in store for Monday. Yeah.
Can't wait.
I cannot wait either because the force is strong with you, Master Kit. All right. I got 3 poems. Hope everyone enjoyed those jokes. This is called, this is part of the 30 to 30 poetry challenge. This is called Drive Through. I was a newbie, weak in the knees. My key started turning, the engine kept burning. My hands on the wheel, my body felt so surreal. The stick and drive, the car was a hive. The sound of steel, the fun automobile. The tires go forward, the car goes onward. My eyes are looking around. I was lost in the town. I slowly put it in park. My nerves felt like darts. Why am I talking about this? New experiences are bliss. Please go outside your zone. You're not in a layer of stone. It's like riding your first bike or flying your first kite. I know it can be scary, very, but on the contrary, it's like riding the ferry or drinking a cup of sherry. Remember that feeling, breaking the ceiling. This is how we learn. Subtract the burns. Don't stay in your bubble. Don't drown your troubles. Life can be worthwhile and grand when you get lost in the land. Please take the first plunge. Please don't be a sponge. The world's your oyster. Why not ride the roller coaster? All right. The other one's called Quiet Presumption. No, Quiet Presumption. My mind is racing. Ideas start chasing. This looks like, you look like. Should I judge? I don't have a grudge. I've seen that before, singing to my core. My curiosity soars. I can't ignore. This is a huge bore. My patience is at a roar. What is that thing? Does it have wings? What is that stranger? Would I be in danger? What is this place? Why does it have grace? What is this food? I hope I'm not rude. If you have questions, here's the easy suggestion. Be curious. Be curious. Be living life. Keep your mind bright. Put on your explorer's hat. Feed your curious cat. Do what you need to do. Please don't be crude. I know you feel strange. Don't be stuck in a cage. Read a book about it. Expand your wit. Watch a video about it. Don't be split or quit. Start a conversation about it. You don't need a permit. Do some research like your t-shirt. Getting smarter isn't going to hurt. Expand your understanding. Keep on expanding. But no more ranting. Keep on advancing. No more canning. Keep on enhancing. But no more withstanding. Knowledge is everlasting. Thank you. This is called Tripti. A work of complex art, carvings in the heart, composed of 3, colored or set free, painted side by side, frozen in our minds. We marvel at its beauty. It's singing to us as poetry. Paint on the present and past. It's a unique class. The flesh is the canvas. The black is our madness. The paint is experience. The white is our inexperience. Does it sound familiar? It's you, front and center. We are the art piece. Our growth never cease. You change each day to create a way. You solve hard problems to not be overwhelmed. You learn something new to travel to different avenues. You share your passion to give someone satisfaction. You cry to show grief, to give someone relief. You are art incarnate, unleash your floodgates. Who is the Picasso? Is life. Don't overload. Life paints you in its image. Hey, don't look so grimace. You can tell by the lines. You have unique design. Be thankful and proud. Your colors are unbound. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, always lively set. Ed, how can the fine people follow and support your work online?
Well, you can follow me, support my work online. Welcome to this wonderful, stupendous open mic that makes your mind light so there's light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. But you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman, and my Instagram is Eddie, what is it? Foreman/Eddie on Instagram. But but never forget that you are more important than you ever know. Don't stop your flow and never stop your glow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show. And remember, life is not a contest, and never stop being and doing your best.
All right, perfect. Yeah, man, you did great. All the Star Wars jokes, I love them. Yeah, May 4th is fun, but be ready for Revenge of the 5th. All right, we're getting there. All right, so next up, we're going to come to El Paso, or it looks like he's in the Northern Lights. I can't tell. We got Dan the Man up next on the mic. Dan, when you are ready, go ahead and take it away. Oh, there it is.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, may the 4th be with you and also with you. Lift up our hearts. Yep. And even though, nah, it's
Oh, joke went too hard. Dan, did we lose you? Okay. Yeah, he was explaining some stuff there, and I don't know what happened. Let's see if we get the internet back for Dan.
They killed Kenny.
He knew too much.
You
Dan
bastards.
knew too much. Yeah, give him a quick moment then to get back, and I guess maybe in the theme of Star Wars and star watching and stargazing, I'll read a poem of mine that I wrote for Poetry Month. Yeah, let's see if hopefully it's long enough for Dan to get back. This one's called We Meant to Watch the Meteors. We drove out to Waco Tanks, where the city finally loosened its grip and the dark could keep a secret. Reclined the seats, windows cracked for desert air, sharing half-remembered stories. Every now and then meteors stitched silver through the black, and we whispered in awe at these cosmic fireflies. You pointed upward, like naming old ancestors. I remember wanting to stay awake for every falling fire, to witness each brief burning as if the sky was writing to us. But night has its own kind of gravity. At some hour between one more wish and one more almost kiss, sleep folded over us, and there we were, two pilgrims, curled inside a parked car under a cathedral of cold stars, missing the rest of the meteor shower because dreaming took us first. Then morning. Sunlight spilled through the windshield, gold as revelation. We woke, warm-faced, laughing, crease marks from the seats on our skin, the world bright with that stunned feeling of having crossed somewhere unknowingly. And I remember thinking, maybe wonder is not always catching every streak of light. Maybe sometimes it's falling asleep beside someone while the universe keeps singing. Maybe it is waking with dawn on your hands and realizing you spent the night held by both a galaxy and a silence shared. We came for meteors. But what stayed with me was morning in that car, your hair lit up by sunrise, and how love sometimes arrives looking less like fireworks and more like two people walking slowly inside borrowed light. Okay. Just remembered I read that one last week because I wrote it last Sunday. Damn. Anyway. All right, here's Dan. So a reminder, if you guys want to check out Lee just posted a new Substack post for May. We're doing a new contest. Go check it out. Writing contest at the end of the month. All the hosts will vote on their favorite pieces and we'll showcase them at the end of the month. But without further ado, here's Dan for real this time. I hope.
And yeah, since I got cut off, and what really was a rip off. Yeah, I was supposed to spend $4, but instead I got overcharged with $17. Yeah, bleep out of luck. What the bleep? The F. Yeah. Yeah, so what a way to spend Star Wars Day. Yeah, even though tomorrow's a Cinco de Mayo and this Sunday's Mother's Day. Yep. And last Friday's the May Day. And throughout May is the Mental Health Awareness Month. But on the last Monday is Memorial Day. Yeah, what can we say? Looks like summer is approaching. It could be any day now. Yeah, so well, that's all. Well, we all know is the 5th month of the year. Well, never fear, but it's like May is already here, but well, April's already passed, but it's already long gone, and June, 6th month of the year, is coming. Well, what can we say? Yep. Always a day ahead. Let's make our way. Now, faith. Well, I always say happy Star Wars Day. Yep, may the 4th be with you. And also, and according to the chorus, when the stars go blue. Well, there will be 3, this guy 2. Yep, always going through wild food. Thanks for everything you really knew on it. Okay. All right. Well, even though since this is not actually a northern light, it's like the fight's 3 weeks away. But we'll see the fight in sight. All right. Okay, Richie, let's go ahead and call it a night. And may the 4th be with you.
Yay, Dan, you sound so excited. All right. Awesome. As always, cool background. A little freestyle off the top of the dome. I want to thank everyone who read today. Again, if you guys are in the Paso region, come check out some of the events we have going on this week. Tuesday, we're downtown. Sign up starts at 8. We'll be at Rosewood Bar. Wednesday, we have Storycraft with Fernando. Go check it out. And as always, just check out our calendar. We have events all throughout the month. Again, check out our Substack for more online digital stuff. And hopefully to see you guys around. Have a great week. For the online mic, my name is Rich, and we'll see you next Monday.